Hello there. How are you? It's Dallas Leah Intuitive, and we've got Tess here. Tess was Together Healing, but Tess has now got a changed name, haven't you, Tess? What is your new name, and how did you come up with it?
Hi, Dallas, and it's great to be talking again. R&R Together is the new version of Together Healing. There's many reasons behind the scenes as for the change of the name and letting one of the words go. R&R now stands for Renew and Restore Together. So rather than putting in one word, it is a big process to heal ourselves. So renewing and restoring is an essential part. And here's to the future, and to Dallas Leah Intuitive. I like that. You have a beautiful name, Dallas.
That's a new one too. Thank you, Tess. And I love that new name that you've got. And it makes a lot of sense as well because like to renew, I mean, you do have to get rid of the old, don't you? And so then you get a new beginning as well, don't you? So that's a perfect name. So you're calling it R&R?
R&R for short.
Yeah.
Renew and restore together. That's great.
Yeah.
But I like short, simple R&R together.
Yeah, it's easy to remember as well.
Yes, it is.
And I think of rest and relaxation as well, because the thing is that once somebody's done a healing with you as well, it is very, very calming. I know that myself. I've had 3. So yeah, no, well done. Good. And it's here's to new beginnings, Tess. So cheers.
Cheers, Dallas. Where's my other cards? Let's go. Cheers.
Cheers. So what else has been happening? So I'm going to talk about, if you don't mind, I'll talk about some of the energies that are happening a little bit at the moment. And some of those energies, well, especially coming up to the eclipse as well, like any moon cycle or full moon cycle, sometimes things can get a little bit intense, I guess, as well. And when I believe, like, you know, I'm not putting a downer on what's going on, but I think it's really good for people to be aware as well, as that sometimes the energies can be intense, and you might be going through moments where you feel extremely drained, extremely tired. It's like it's all coming up to the surface. I know that as of next week, you've got lots and lots of motivation. It's like you've got 2 sides to it. There can be like real emotions that are really heightened as well, but then you've also got like this whole motivation and plan. So it's like all go, but at the same time it's kind of like you're letting old stuff go while new stuff, and so it's like interjoining with each other in a sense. Oh, I just got goosebumps for that. So that's exactly what's happening. So rather than it just being, I guess we were in that transition. What is that? What does that say?
Happy ending.
Happy endings. There you go. Well, isn't that interesting? Because that is what's happening, is we're going from the ending and then we're moving into happier times, but we're just like, it's all gelling together right at this moment as well. So people might find that they're a little bit up and down as well.
Yes. I love it.
What about you? Have you felt that the energies are a bit that way at the moment? You kind of feel like there's new beginnings starting, but
oh, definitely. And I feel it often that we're always going through a new cycle, new processes. Definitely. And if I try not to let myself get distracted by the outside world too much.
With news and that sort of thing?
Yeah, with news and that, because that is, you know, I'd like to think the most of us want peace. We don't want to fight. We don't want to be uncomfortable. And I don't think and it's not us little people here that create this. Let's say.
That's right.
No.
And you know what, I think, Tess, it's important to say, and I mean, I know what's happened with me, and you know, with some of the what would you say, how do we put it, so
Yeah.
okay, so with the platforms, you know, and they do make it very, very difficult. And the interesting thing is this card come out just then, that fell on the floor, so that's spirituality. And the platforms really do make it really difficult, and it's not just us, you and I, it's many other readers all over the world that are actually seeing the same thing. And it's like, they really do have an issue, and it's very, very frustrating. But that's what it's all about, isn't it? And we've always, you know, had to be, or they've always wanted to shut down the truth, isn't it? And they'll do anything that they possibly can. So the thing is that when you see somebody like us that are trying to do the work, it's not always easy, is it? So, and we
No,
are
it's
really
not.
feeling that right now as well. So when you're out there, you're speaking your truth, there's a lot of people out there that want you to shut the hell up.
Exactly, Dallas. And I think I can put it plainly as spirituality
Yeah,
exists. Spirituality exists. We've
yeah.
been raised to only believe in what we can see, touch, taste, and feel. And those powers of platforms, etc., they want to keep it that way. When I say 80% of our lives and what goes on around in our lives, we actually can't see with our physical eyes. So we are in a tricky transition.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be anywhere else. Wouldn't be dead for quids. Navigating this, we got to laugh. We got to have fun to get through.
Absolutely. And I think that that's the most interesting thing. And in a sense, you can kind of, we take the veil, we pull the veil off, don't we? And you know, with some of the downloads that you get, I mean, yeah, I know, like with me, with my husband, I mean, I'm glad he doesn't think I'm a nutcase. But with some people, if you were to tell them some of the downloads you get, they would think you're an absolute nutcase.
Yeah.
But that's what it is, because the whole world is conditioned to see it, to see everything in a whole different way. And the truth, oh, it's very rare. Like you know, you have to trust what you get. You know that you have to trust those downloads, the energy, the feeling. You have to. Otherwise, you can just be sidelined or sidetracked, and you can feel that in not just the you know, like the greater global, but you can see it and feel it on a personal basis as well, with other people around you as well. So
yes,
yeah, and that's why, you no matter what, we have to keep going. You know, I do often think about the people before us, you know, before we came, because you know, they think of us as like the new age spirituality. That's because it's all out there, you know. But prior to that, the people that had to really hide away, that have been shut up as well. And it's not just us, you know. So
yeah.
yeah, it's not an easy process. So, but no matter what, you have to keep going at it, and believing and going within.
Yes, and yeah, I like how you said that. Well, trust, as we've said before, trust yourselves utmost, first of all. But the veil, and this time of year, end of
Yeah,
October, the veil is at one of its thinnest points. So
yeah,
our guides and our angels, everyone is, we're able to connect. We're able to connect. I've loved meditating. I do it every morning before I get out of bed. I spend at least 15 minutes just listening to a noise machine, that it might be a wind or something, but I just, you know, and I guess if thoughts come in, I thank them and I'm grateful, and I let them float away like clouds, and keep present, keep nothing, you know, what's my next thought? Oh, there's nothing there. I think nothing. And that's helps throughout the day to keep calm, keep present, and enjoy the times as much as we can.
Yeah.
I think I'd like to say that in all our work that we do, and the people like us, here I am putting us in a box, like, we're not here to change people's situations or relationships. That will happen if it's meant to happen, but we are here to help put a bridge from where you are now to where you want to be. If you're stuck in a bad place and you know you want to live in this better place, emotionally, physically, whatever, we, with what we do, are only helping you bridge that gap.
Yes.
And
yeah.
And whatever may be, whatever comes will be the best thing. So we're not out to hurt people, break people up, anything like that. It's about your personal empowerment.
It is really interesting, Tess. You know, one of the things that I saw as well, what I heard recently was back in the generations before us, they were always seen and not heard, you know. And part of what we stand for is, you know, even getting on here, you know, here we are, 50-year-old women, you know, getting on here, being all that we can be, you know, shining our light, being all of that and more. And generations before that, it's like, no, you be quiet. No, you know what I mean? You just get back in your box, you know, you be quiet. And so a lot of times too, being who we are, being all out there, believing in ourselves, for some people that is really quite in their face, and they're not quite sure how to take us believing, you know, there is a certain way of believing, and that you know, what we're talking about is absolute rubbish. But I mean, you know what I don't get? This is what honestly I don't get is, like, I know myself. I'm living the best life I ever have. And half the time, without, I don't mean to be rude when I say this, but a lot of those people that are absolutely horrible, you know, in the comment section or whatever, they're not happy people.
No.
So I know where I'd rather be. And so, or you can either be like this or you can be a troll. And I know where a belief system comes into that as well. So it doesn't make any sense. Why would you want to tear down, or why do people want to tear down others who are living their best life, who are promoting belief in yourself? You know, believe in yourself. Don't believe in what you hear on the TV. Don't believe in all of that. Believe in yourself. Believe in what you've got. Why is that so hard for people to deal with? I'm not understanding it, but I guess it's all about people evolving, and that's where you come into it with what you do for people when they're open to it, is that old conditioning, taking all of that out so that you've no longer got that holding you back.
Absolutely. And cutting those attachments away. So those trolls, are they, you know, they're, as you say, they're not happy in their own lives. They want to show people that they're right.
Yeah.
That their beliefs are right. Again, each individual's beliefs are only what we've grown up, what we've heard over and over, what we've been told over and over till it becomes a belief.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm finding that, you know, I'm telling people that be happy in yourself first, then go and find something to play with and be, you know, to maybe accentuate that happiness you feel inside. You can't go and find a thing that's going to make you happy, because that thing is not going to make you happy. When it goes, when it leaves you, it's devastating. So be happy with yourself. My father, told my father, 87, he's like, someone told me that you have to fill your cup first. You have to love yourself first before you can give anything to anyone else. If you do it the other way around, which we've been raised to,
Yeah.
We're left emptyless. And what, this is why we're so down, because we've given everything and we have nothing for ourselves. We're
And
changing that.
this is what your dad said.
And he agreed with me. He
Okay,
agreed with me that,
yeah.
yes, you've got to feel good about yourself first. And then when you help other people, you're still, that will give you a good feeling.
Yeah.
Win-win situation.
Absolutely. Yeah.
So we're evolving to a better place, a win-win situation in the world. Greener pastures are ahead. We just have to really go deep within outside ourselves, be present in the now so that we can accept what's going on, accept it. It's out of our control. We can't do anything about it.
Mm-hmm.
All we can do is the best for us, which is looking after ourselves.
One of the things that I wanted to that was just coming to me just then, Tess, was like, it's like the law of attraction. Okay, so one of the things that I always find, success, people who are successful, people who are doing well, I don't, but a lot of people do hate on those that are actually doing well for themselves, right? And it's that whole where they say to tear somebody else down is not going to make you grow. Okay, because law of attraction, the more that you love and praise and support and those that are doing well, the more you're going to do well, isn't it? And that's where a lot of people are not aware. They've got the hate or the looking at when we are, and I'm going to say, I feel successful. I do, but I know there's people in the background, and you're the same, Tess. There's people in the background that are screwing up their face at us. But the thing is that we got this way is because we supported other successful people. We didn't feel like we had to hate them or bring them down or anything like that. And for anybody who is feeling that way, who may be watching this and screwing up their face, you need to know that the more that you support successful people, or the more you support people that are doing it for themselves, what is that song? Women are doing it for themselves. But so the more that you will start to bring that success and forward momentum into your life as well. Now, one of the cards that come out was creativity. Okay, now that's one of the things that we do on our sites, isn't it? It's all about creativity. And I've seen your posts. They're beautiful, absolutely beautiful, and there's such positive messages in them. And I know that the more creative that we are, the more that is like a meditation as well, because you're tapping into your intuition. And you're creating from your intuition. Like anybody that draws, that comes from your soul. That comes from, I'm not a good drawer, but I am creative in other ways. And that does all come from your intuition. So if you're not the kind of person to meditate, and lay down and breathe and all of that sort of thing, you can do it through just being creative as well, in whatever it might be.
Of course. Of course, I love it. And even being creative in changing your mindset, what you were saying before, and that we Aussies call it the tall poppy syndrome. We got to cut down those that are successful. And I tell you what, it feels much better when you build them up. You feel, just got shivers now. You feel powerful in yourself when you're being kind, when you're being going, yay, good on you for doing this. Dallas, your readings in your posts, they're powerful. And, I love reading them every day, each one you put out. But it's good feelings. Everybody, stop your negativity. Positivity is really good. If you want to feel good, start changing your perspectives. your perceptions. Here I got in a ruby light card is passion and purpose. Now, if they're not two words for you and I right now, they are two words for you and I right now. It's
That
just beautiful.
passion and purpose.
Yes.
Yeah. That's, yeah, absolutely. And it is, you have to be passionate and go towards your purpose, work with your purpose, and feel the passion as you're doing that as well, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that's where also that creativity comes into it. And we had that spirituality card, which all of that comes from what we call our intuition, or our guides give us all of that creativity. And then when you're in the flow, isn't it, when you're in the flow, it just feels so good. You can really feel into it. One of the things, Tess, I was driving at the school drop off this morning, and Tristan, my 11-year-old, he said to me, so Mum, let's play that game where you give me 3 things that are going to happen today. So anyway, I tapped into my intuition and give him the 3 things that he was going to see today, and I get that through visualization, or I hear it. Okay.
Yeah.
And then he said, all right, I'll have a go now. So he gave me 3 things. So in the afternoon, we come together and we say, what were the 3 things that we both got as well? So, and that is the one thing I think where it's so important, is to instill in your children where using your intuition, and you teach your children, when they listen to their intuition, that will get them out of so many situations as well. Just in this 3D world, you teach them how to listen to their intuition. They're going to feel when a situation's not right. I've just got goosebumps everywhere. And I think that is such an important thing, because it's all about the children.
I love that.
Absolutely.
That's
Yeah.
really great advice, Dallas. So great advice.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. Well, that one comes through spirit, because honestly, I think that's one of the things that come up just the other week. I can't remember. We both wore red for some reason. And we thought, hang on, Daniel Morecambe, that must be coming up shortly. And anyway, we had a little look, and it was like, a week or so away. And Tristan said to me, he said, Daniel Morecambe, I think it's either this Friday or the Friday after. So yeah, and that's one of those things as well, to be aware, and especially in this day and age, where we are, I think children really need to understand and go with their feelings, know what feels right, know what doesn't as well.
Yeah.
That's all part of that stranger danger thing, isn't it?
Yes, but I love it. They're starting now. I mean, these kids are very intuitive, and that's the
Yeah.
age where they then mainstream takes over and starts telling them, no, there's no such thing as angels. There's no such thing as a voice in your head. Oh, that's called schizophrenia.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, I know. We got to keep the intuitive pressure on the kids. Definitely
Yeah.
let them be free. Let them have fun.
That's right. I think when they grow up in a household where that's just the thing, that's the way we are, like the way we talk. I mean, in our home, not a lot of homes, do talk that way. But I love that my children are grown up with that sort of thing. Mum's all hocus pocus and whatnot.
Yeah.
But it's just our way of life. I think it's a lovely thing. I think it's really nice. It's a nice way to be.
Yes, it is. I've got one card, and then we might do our last card soon, so we don't go too long.
Yeah.
But I love that you love my Archangel cards as I do, and I've just got Archangel Michael. You are safe. I am protecting you against lower energies and guarding you, your loved ones, and home.
Wow.
Just beautiful.
I love that, Tess. I absolutely love that. And we were talking about that before, weren't we?
Yeah.
About the lower energies as well. And that is one thing. You and I were talking about this before as well, about shielding yourself from energies. It's important, It's as real, your energy field is as real as the physical body. And
Yes.
you can touch a person's energy field can touch you before you even feel their physical body. You can pick up, you've said, people have seen it. That's why you have to have you shield yourself, especially in this day and age where there is a lot of people that are feeling quite negative towards you. There's spiritual attacks all the time, and that can happen from a freaking distance.
Oh,
So
energy happens all over. There's no such thing
that's
as
right.
trouble with
No,
that.
that's right.
So when you do ask about protection and whatnot, and you get a sign like this,
Yeah,
that's time. We're safe. Let it go. We know we're okay. We do not keep dwelling on it.
No. Just quickly, Tess, would you just have a quick one and just tell the people who are watching today is, because not everybody understands it. What's a very, very simple way to protect yourself?
Oh, okay. Oh, there is many. Even without anything, like a simple way is sage or incense. That is something you can see. So if people like things they can see and touch. So if you have a sage stick, an incense stick, and you burn it, when you're doing this, you need to have the positive intentions. It's about setting clear intentions. I have no room, energies that I do not need, that are not for my highest purpose, be gone. I only allow positive, happy, vibrant vibrations, energies, frequencies in my space. So and even incense sticks, boxes sometimes have a little type of prayer that you say when you're saging or whatnot. Now, if you're good without anything on its own, it's put it into your affirmations that I am protected, I am loved, what's my one? It's that I ask that my family, friends, loved ones, even my properties are protected by a protection sphere of purple energy, of bright purple. I've really messed that up, but it's about setting a clear intention that you are in a bubble of protection.
Yeah.
A bubble of love. And again, if you're not sure, just think love in your head, put love in your head, and repeat that. I watched a good movie the other night. Have you seen The Good Witch?
The Good Witch. Is it a movie?
It is a movie.
No, I don't think I have.
The
I
biggest
don't know.
thing
I'd have to watch it.
The biggest thing I got out of it was that little girl, her mum had passed, and all she did was dream of monsters. So the Good Witch gave her some advice, just said, okay, when you go to bed, say to yourself over and over, I will not dream of bunnies. I will not dream of bunnies. I will not dream of bunnies. So the next day, the girls got up. There were bunnies everywhere. But she didn't dream of monsters, and the monsters did not come back.
Isn't that interesting? Yeah.
And that's
How
it.
cool is that?
That's it. Setting a clear intention. I'm protected.
Yeah.
I'm successful. These are what you need to tell yourself all the time.
Yeah.
All the time.
Wow. Yeah. Well done. I love that one. And that just makes that comes down to that law of attraction as well. It's what you think about, and it's not what you don't want, it's the actual thing that you're thinking about that you're going to have come into your environment or experience, isn't it? So make sure you think about the things that you do want and not what you don't want. So here's a card that came out, and it's infinite potential. And I love this one. I did a couple of readings, a couple of just short little readings earlier on Sunday, and this card came out along with opportunity as well. So infinite potential, and I 100% believe that each and every one of us have this infinite potential right now to be able to achieve whatever we put our mind to. Okay, so these opportunities are going to come up, but don't limit yourself at all, because the energies are the abundance, your imagination, your intuition is limitless. Okay, if you believe that you can have it, you really can have it, and just align yourself with it, because there is absolutely infinite potential for you.
Oh, I'm getting a hell yes for that, Dallas. Hell yes.
Ah,
And I might
beautiful.
just say my last thing I will say before my last card is that if you have a decision to make, and this is a law of attraction trick, ask yourself, and if you don't get a hell yes, no, do it. It's a no. It's a hell
Yeah,
no. If it's a maybe, it's not a hell yes.
that's right.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Tess. Yeah,
I love it.
beautiful.
Infinite possibilities. This is our lives, guys.
That's it. That's it.
Infinite.
All right.
Woohoo!
Well, thank you so much for having me on here today, or thanks for us to do this. It's been a while since we had a chat like this, so thank you so much. And yeah,
Thank you,
I'll
Dallas.
see you pretty soon too, Tess.
Yay.
All right. Thank you, everybody. Look after yourself, and we will see you again real soon. Thank you, Tess.
Thanks,
Bye.
Dallas. Bye.